up here and move these out of the way. I guess we're at the end of the program. How's everybody doing out there? Well, first off, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the man himself, Tim Turpin. Because of him, we're all in this room, every single one of us. This man has been working on this for a long time to bring the Hall of Fame to the state of Illinois so that all of what we've done will be honored for a lifetime. His focus, his dedication, his work has brought us in this room and it's given me this honor that's meant so much in my life, so I'm really thankful for him, first and foremost. Next, I want to thank my family for being in this room. My cousin Javon, his lovely wife Shandi, his 2 sons. You are my tribe. You represent our larger tribe. And I didn't do this by myself. We did this together. It took us. So thank you for being here. I want to thank my wife. Without her, I don't know where I'd be. I want to thank my son, Nantis, for not wilding out at this ceremony. My good friend and business partner, DJ, for being here from Los Angeles, as well as my brother, my teammate, all Big Ten safety, number 42, Kevin Mitchell. So So I tried to write the speech before, and it wasn't working, it didn't work, because I wasn't being honest. My entire story is fake. Period. End of story. My entire life and success of my life is fake. Not faith in myself or some mysterious being. Faith in God and in the truth that His goodness will rest favor over my life. Mm-hmm. I was 13 years old when it happened. I knew who God was, and I was more than just a casual follower. But on a bike ride to school where I was scheduled to speak, something told me to go left. My friend Lance, who I ran into on that bike ride, he asked me to go left. I took my own course that day, and I went right. I woke up on the side of the road, looking down. My clothes were torn and bloody. The fireman told me I just got hit by a car on the very bike I was riding. I knew it. I knew that it happened. I also knew when it was said and done, that wasn't a punishment. That was the last example I ever needed to not listen to God. Should have went left. A little later in my life, I said a prayer at my church. It was in the prayer room. I said, God, with eyes closed, I will run full speed in whatever direction you tell me to go. Please forgive me if I can't hear you. That's all it took. My story is one of faith and being led. So when they called screen pass to the left against Main South, I remembered releasing left. I seen the defender, linebacker, didn't matter, turned around, put my back towards him, waited a while for the quarterback to throw the ball. When I got the ball, something said jump right. Jump right, defender flew past me. Turned around, there's nobody there. Ran right to the end zone. Said, damn, how'd I get here? When I went out for Chicago's fastest 10, when I saw the thousands of kids at Wrigley Field, I wanted to turn around. There's no way I can be that fast. After numerous races, they told me I was in the finals. made it to the final 3, and then 2. I didn't believe I crossed that finish line before they even met. The way my mother tells the story, she felt like there was a wind behind my back. She called it the wind of God. They told me I run Chicago's fastest team of all of the kids on the competition, and I thought I was going to turn away. And I knew then to continue to have faith. When it came down to what school I would choose, it's being recruited all over the country. They asked me, you going here, you going there? There was no doubt the entire time. I knew where I was going. Whenever I saw the University of Illinois, it was glowing. I knew that's where I was supposed to go. Fast forward, my rookie year in the NFL, my mother wrote a notebook. She'd always write prayers for me, notes, different things. And in this notebook, she said, you would go to the Super Bowl 2 times in 3 years. At this point in my life, I knew not to doubt it. We went in 2008, my rookie year, and we won. Santonio Holmes to catch in the end zone, corner of the end zone. We win again in 2010, 2 years later, against Green Bay Packers. The result, we won one, we lost one. That didn't matter. I was still tripping on the fact that my mom said, that God said. We go to the Super Bowl twice in 3 years, and we did. I knew then to always trust and have faith. My wife asked me at lunch the other day about the overtime round in Atlanta, where I ended up winning the game, in the last play of the game. She asked me if I knew anything, and I wouldn't really tell her. Towards the end of the game, I told my running back coach, something big is about to happen. That's what I was told. That's all I knew. And by this time, I knew to follow God. So when we drove down the field, and the score is 9-9, and there's about 30 seconds left, and we're in field goal position, and I see my teammates, and it looks like we're getting ready to win this game on the field goal. Something told me, and that ball went far right. Maybe far left, it went far somewhere. We missed the field goal to win the game. We went into overtime, and when the game was over, I looked at my running back coach, Kirby Wilson, and I said, I had a feeling I'd win this game. I had faith. In 2011, I was coming back from injury. I saw a praying mantis outside of my door, and I knew everything would be okay. I had faith. In 2012, I tore my ACL. It was a relief from everything I was carrying at that point in my life. The Lord told me I didn't have to carry it anymore. Choosing to go to the Cardinals in 2013, not to revive my career, but to be in a place where I knew I'd have fun and retire on a positive note. Once again, I had faith. I wrote a piece when I was done playing called Why I Retired at 26. I had 3 days to write it. On the 4th day, free agency in the NFL would start. I wrote it in 3 days. It was perfect timing, and that's how that piece landed on the desk of the creators of Ballers on HBO. They called me in, and I became a writer and producer of that very show for the next 6 years. I had an entire career after football, and it only took me having faith. I didn't know, but God knew. Television writing is where I belong. If I didn't listen to God in that moment, in so many moments of my life, I would have missed my moment, and I would have definitely lost my opportunity. When I told my family this summer, I told my wife, I was going to LA to play in the basketball league. She thought I was having a midlife crisis. She said, you really gonna leave me at home with 4 kids under 5 years old, just so you can play basketball on the other side of the country? I said, yeah. In the time I was out there, I made a few phone calls. I took a single meeting, and that's what landed me on the writing team right now to build the film adaptation of Walter Payton's life story based off the book Sweetness. I had faith. In a format like that, you have time to tell the story. There wasn't enough time here for me to tell you the story, so I told you the truth. In this world, we don't honor God enough. So I encourage you, when you think about your own story, don't forget about your family. Don't forget about the people who were there. And most importantly, don't forget about God. Thank you.